Today I want to teach you that when readers study an author's craft, they don't just notice the way the author uses words and language. They also notice the way the whole story tends to go. And once readers get to know a series particularly well, they can start a new book in the series and think, oh yeah, I know how this book is going to go because I know how the series goes. We are going to see if Arnold Lobel wrote the Frog and Toad stories so that they tend to go the same way. If I was to describe how these stories tend to go, how they often start off, what usually happens in the middle, and how they usually end, I might say the stories usually start off with Toad causing some sort of a problem, or he's having a hard time. Things usually get worse before they get better, and in the end, Frog often helps him out. Would you agree with that? Let's look at one of the stories, The Hat. So, remember, I said the stories usually start off with Toad causing some sort of a ruckus or having a hard time. In this story, the hat that Toad was wearing was too big. And then we said the story tends to get worse before it gets better. Do you remember him trying to wear the hat and how he was tripping and falling over everything? It was definitely getting worse. But in the end, Frog helped him out. Remember, Frog ended up shrinking the hat so that it fit his head perfectly. If I was to read a new story, like Down the Hill, which is about Frog and Toad going sledding, I can guess how the whole story might go. Toad will not want to go sledding because he will be too scared. Frog will get him to go, maybe even trick him. Toad will go sledding and will be really scared, maybe even crash the sled. Frog will find him in the end and make him laugh somehow. Readers, did you see how I can think about how the author writes a whole story? I can use that to help me think about how to get ready for the next story. When I read a new story in the series, I can really make good predictions about what will happen and how the story will go. You might even read the beginning of the story to see if any of your predictions are true. Before you start reading today, I want you to try this with your book series. Have you already figured out how the story goes? If you have, grab a new book in your series and see, based on the title and based on what you know of the series, how might the story go? Make some predictions about the new story, and then read the first few pages to see if your predictions are true.